Miss Laney from howtohelpmychildlearn.com. Today I want to talk about IQ tests and how they use IQ tests to determine if a child has a learning disability. I work with the second grader girl who came to me because she was having struggles with confidence. She was reading very slow, spelling, just basically struggling in school in general. So the school just shares with the parents we need to have her evaluated, so they get her assessed, and the results come back, so the parents speak with me. And at this time, I've been working with her for several months, so I really have an understanding of how she learns. So the parents are at school, they sit down, and they tell her, well, your daughter's IQ is 115. And if you look at my chart here, I took it off, the standard IQ test. This is the 70% range. 85 to 100-ish is average intelligence. Anything from 100 to 115 is above. And past 115 is Albert Einstein worthy-ish. So just know this is, a general idea of how it's the numbers mean. So they say to this family, well, your daughter has 115 or scored 115 on an IQ test, which means she's way above average with her intelligence. However, her performance in school is way down here. So what the school districts do is they take her intelligence, her performance, and if there's a huge enough discrepancy, well, there must be a learning disability. So that is what they've told this family. And what I have known and learned for 22 years and myself is the tests that they give to determine this, if this discrepancy is huge, is, I feel, and what I've read, is basically centered around an auditory learner. Kids that learn through their ears. My little friend who I work with, she is a visual learner and a hands-on, this is really bad drawing, but body learner. So her performance is being scored on someone who processes through their ears, which is very different from someone who processes through their eyes or their body. Visual hands-on learners. Now, IQ tests in general, I don't know how they determine this. I don't know much about it, but this is what, our society uses. But what I do know is there's many different types of intelligence. There's multiple intelligence. I don't know if we assess IQ just based on one type of intelligence. But with that being said, this child is being labeled because she has really high intelligence according to the test the school used, but yet her performance is really low. I tell the parents the reason why she's performing low is because she's not an auditory learner. She doesn't learn through her ears. She learns through her eyes and her bodies and her hands. She needs pictures and stories and colors to help her remember. And I've done a ton of videos on this. Can she learn? Yes. Is she learning? Yes. Has she improved tremendously since she's been coming to me for the last 2 to 3 months? Absolutely, because I teach to her in her learning style. So the point of my video is these parents are devastated that they're told their child has a learning disability. And with my 22 years of experience and myself being this type of learner, trying to fit into an auditory system, we are able to learn. It's a matter of how teachers teach to us. We need pictures and stories. So, and the last thing, and I did a video on this a couple weeks ago, these kids get labeled auditory processing issues. Well, of course we have auditory processing issues. We mainly process through our eyes and our body. Why don't they say these people have visual processing issues? So I hope this helps with understanding IQ versus performance in the classroom. And of course she's bright. I could have told you this girl is bright. If she's taught through the modality she learns best, she would be able to shine at school. But unfortunately, most of our schools focus on an auditory learner, sit, listen, talk, a few pictures here and there in general, and then these kids get labeled, these kids get tested. I was one of these kids, had they had the testing back in the day, and I've grown up to be quite fine. But it was a struggle, but now I've learned that it's a way we learn. It's a learning style thing. It's not a disability. So I hope this helps. You can always go to my website, howtohelpmychildlearn.com, to get more information about all these types of things. I have a whole bunch of YouTube videos I've done. You can access them on my site. And summer school, if you're in my area, East Bay, my summer classes are available now, as well as private tutoring. Great way to keep your kids up and running in a very fun, multi-sensory, interactive way. So thanks for watching my video. If you have any questions regarding this, please email me. You can get my email from howtohelpmychildlearn.com. And I wish you a good day, and thanks for listening. I'm Miss Laney.